Oh my gosh. Okay, well, so Jordan, where did you grow up? Did you grow up here?
I grew up in Fort Mill, actually. So yeah, pretty much like local. So it's like 20 minutes south of Charlotte. And you know Lindsay, my sister, obviously. Yeah. So we're a year apart. So we were born and raised. I grew up on Lake Wiley, actually. So TGK, that area. Went to Fort Mill High School. Um, yeah, and then right out of high school, I auditioned for
Yeah.
the Bobcats. Well, you know
Yeah,
them as
the
the Hornets.
Bobcats and you were called the Lady Cat.
And so, yeah, yeah, I was a
I
lady
love it.
cat.
I love it. And then you became the
So
honeybee.
I grew up in Fort Mill
So
and
we're,
went. Yeah,
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 so
you were
we're
the
alumni
honeybees.
together, which is fun.
Yes, so we are alumni together. But yeah, I grew up in Fort Mill and I went to school and I did it through online through
So did
ECU and yeah, I've been pretty much at the lake the last, oh God, 18 years or
yeah,
so, which is
yeah,
crazy.
the lake life. You guys live on the most amazing. I mean, I don't even a house doesn't really cover it. It's like come to our house. It's like come to our estate. Like,
Come to our compound.
compound. It's epic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
our compound. It's pretty much that's pretty much what it feels like on a daily basis. It feels like a
Is
sports
Denny still doing
complex.
his basketball every Thursday, or has it started back up?
No, he's not currently in season. He kind of gets to pick and choose his seasons, and I'm sure it's gonna start soon. But I told him once his baby's born, if I hear basketballs underneath this room, like
Yeah,
it's out of here.
you
It's
guys
out of
can go to the
here.
Y. Okay.
Because that baby's gotta sleep. I
Yeah.
gotta sleep. Yeah, I think it definitely needs to be like he's just got this shop. So I'm like, why don't you like,
Yeah.
make a little basketball
Yes.
area over
Which, by the
there?
way, it's like
He
he
sh-
should. That
he
would be so
should.
cool. I mean, I'm sure Michael Jordan can hook him up with some good, get a whole.
I
They need
know,
to just add
right?
a whole court to the
Yeah, he could
side.
just
People would pay to
he
watch them hook.
he just right. Exactly. Somebody would definitely pay. I mean, he just built like a cool pit crew facility over there. So I'm like, come on, those little barn dominiums, they don't
Yes,
take long to
we
make.
want one
Like
of those.
just throw it up.
Yes, we want
You
one.
want one?
We would love to have some property and have like a barn dominium. We love our neighborhood, and the idea of moving just sounds heartbreaking. And so I'm like, what if we just got some land and did something like
Hmm.
that one day, 10-year plan. But it would,
Yeah, I feel like that's a cool idea though, because it's like separate from your home and it's like something because these guys, they want to like toy around with their gadgets and like
yeah.
cars and basketball or pickleball or whatever it may be. I'm like, you need like a flex space for all that stuff, but just
Yes,
elsewhere.
that's what we would like. Well, that's funny. Are you guys so when you started doing Lady Cats, is that how you and Denny met?
Hmm. Yeah, that's how we met. So he still has the same courtside seats he did whenever we met
Years
years
ago.
and years
Yeah.
ago. Because I started in
Okay.
2008 and I did it for a season and then I took a year off to go to school and then I did it for another season after that. But yeah, he has the same seats he did
Yeah.
back then.
And
But
he
that's how we
was
met.
like
Yeah. And the
he
rest is
was
kind of
like
history.
talk to
He was like,
girl. Yeah.
that one.
And I get it.
That
Every time
one.
we go to those alumni
Ah,
dance things where we dance, I'm just like, oh my god, I feel like, and you
I
are so
know.
cute and so good
I
at dancing. You're so fun to watch.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Like, no, 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 not
Wouldn't it
anymore,
be fun
not
if
right
we could do
now.
that while we were
I
pregnant? The
miss
alumni
it.
nights while you're pregnant would be hilarious.
I I know we got that email I think recently about the alumni game, and it was like, are you gonna perform or are you gonna watch? And I'm like, I'm
gonna
gonna
have to watch.
watch. I don't think I could. I can barely get up my stairs without running out of breath, let alone trying to do a, you know, 5.5 minute
Yeah,
routine that our lovely coach Brandy would just think that we could still do at this point. I don't know why she thinks we could still
yeah.
do that,
Oh
but
my gosh,
she has a
they
lot of faith in
still do.
us.
The other night and saw her,
No,
and
but
she is still doing it, and she is just the most amazing.
oh, I know
Yeah,
she's
and they're
amazing.
so good. They're so
She's
good now. I mean,
incredible.
when
They're
I
so
danced, it
good.
was we were good, but it the they have upped the ante. I mean, those
Yeah,
girls are some of the best dancers I've ever seen. I mean, it's like I don't even know how to
I
explain it.
know.
I mean, they're so good, and when people will say like, "Oh, you were a honeybee," I'm like, "Yep, just like that." Like, you know, we
Yeah.
were we did a lot of.
I looked just like that one. That one
It
right,
makes me
yes.
feel
That
like,
was me. Yeah.
yeah, I did
No.
that. That was years ago. Like, no, I've never been able to.
I
Very
know.
impressive.
I miss it so much though. That was like what some of my fun, like most fun years, I think, just with the girls and performing and just like the Hornets is like a family, space. I'm sure you feel the same way. It's like you go back and you see all the same faces and like I'm like, hey,
Yeah,
hi,
it is.
but I miss
Did you
it.
ever go anywhere
So
when you were a lady cat? Did you ever travel or do anything like that with them?
no, that stuff started happening kind of like the year after I left. Like they went like international and would do these like cool trips and like all-star games and stuff like that. They even started doing like a
No,
calendar.
it's
Did you do
funny.
the calendar?
You and I missed that window. Literally, the year after you, they
Yeah.
started it, and the year before me, they ended it. So neither one of us ever.
Yeah. I know. I mean, it was like, yeah, no, I wish I could have done something like that. But I mean, I did like appearances locally and stuff like that. That was pretty much like the extent of my
Yeah,
travel, I guess you would say, for the Bobcats. But it was so much fun. I would like give anything to just like rewind time to go back and like go back to
I
one
know.
game or something and
I just
perform.
went with my friend Katie that I was talking about. We just went to a game
Hmm.
and they have
Hmm.
courtside seats, and I have never done that experience before. And so
Hmm.
it was so cool. And she was just asking me a lot of questions about it. And I'm
Hmm.
like, it feels like a lifetime ago that I got to do all of that. I
Hmm.
mean,
I
I'm a
know.
completely different person than I was
We're,
when I was a honey.
I know. I know. I feel like I'm completely different now. Like two and almost three
Yeah.
kids on the way later. But were you there when they would cheer on the
No,
floor
we always
or no?
had the platform.
See,
Did
you
you
had.
cheer on the floor under the basket?
Mhm. I sat on the floor. Yeah, that's how old I am. We sat on the floor behind like the photographers, I think, or they were behind us. I can't remember. But yeah, we had to like sit there and do the little
Yeah.
dun 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 dun, dun. Like I even heard that same sound when Denny and I went back
Yeah.
like last week to a game, and they were still playing those
Oh
same
yeah.
sounds, and I'm like,
The dun, 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 dun.
dun, dun,
They still do it. They still
dun,
do the
dun,
little
dun,
stomp. I was like,
yeah, dun, dun, dun. And I miss hearing Big Cat,
yeah,
like
I
that's so
know. That was
sad.
just
Like
so, that is it is a
I know.
family there, and it's really cool. And so that's how you and Denny met, and that was in like 100 years ago. You guys have been
Yes.
together.
That was, yeah, like 100 years ago in August. Wait, I take it back. We started dating in August of 2008, but so it was probably like January of 2008, beginning of 2008. And I don't know, Red
Oh yeah,
Rocks were on, right?
we gotta get a
Oh
we gotta
yeah,
get a
who
name
doesn't know
on
Ron?
a menu. I mean, what the heck?
Yeah,
We everybody you go there and you see everybody's name. I'm like, where's Haley Dillon's? Uh,
yeah.
but at
Where's
least
your
Ty, like,
name?
give Ty a burger or something. I love it.
Yeah. Oh, I've been taken on and off. I've been taken on and off that menu so many times. I don't feel so bad.
That's so
Ron has like vendettas against certain people, so he'll just pull them off whenever. But no, him and Jason White, which he was a truck driver at the time, kind of would try. They would sit next to the cheerleaders, so they would try to start conversation, and Denny would always be on the other side, like where the announcers were. And I think Ron and then they're like, "Do you like guys that take left turns?" And I was like, does that mean like they like to swing both ways? No, I don't.
not
Like, I
sure
was
what you
like
mean, but I
that.
yeah.
Please don't.
Uh,
Yeah. And then I think we like she went out, and at that time I was not 21, so I wasn't going out. I was only 20. And I think he got my number from one of my like
yeah,
teammates. And she called me and was like, "Hey, this guy wants your number," and blah blah blah. And I was like, "All right, well." So I gave it to him, and then I think we were both kind of dating other people for a little bit, and then we probably didn't start dating officially, I guess, until like 10 months later
yeah.
or something. So, and then it just
Yeah.
went from
You know,
there.
you guys have had such a
Yeah.
crazy and wild relationship, and can I just say how I'm
Yeah.
so proud of you guys. Like, I'm so happy for you guys. You're engaged, you're having a baby,
Oh,
and I
thank
mean,
you.
do you have
Yeah. I mean, it's been a
what are
long
your thoughts? Like,
journey.
do you have anything,
It's
do you
been
have
a
any
super
advice for
long.
people that go through seasons in their relationships that are difficult? Do you have any, like, do you want to speak to that at all? And like, look at you guys and what you are, where you are now, and like, that's just, it's incredible. You really should be so proud of yourself.
Oh, you're so sweet. I love you. Well, I guess it's so hard because our relationship has so many seasons, and I think you can probably relate to that because when you're in a long-term relationship, it's not like butterflies
Totally.
and,
Yeah.
all that stuff the whole time. You have like ebbs and flows and ups and downs, and we've had a lot of downs, but we've also had a lot of ups. And so, I mean, it's taken a lot of therapy, I would say, and a lot of really like, you know, getting to know, like, kind of getting down to the core of what were the issues at the time, and just trying to like get through those. And then, I mean, you get to a point, and I would say there's a lot of forgiveness, and you really can't live with like a bitter heart. You have to like, if you live with bitterness, like resentment, it's just going to eat away and erode at your soul and your relationships, and it's just gonna hurt you in the end, right? So it has taken a lot of time, a lot of therapy, a lot of forgiveness, and just getting to the place where we both feel like, okay, this is something that we really want to do together. With we've
Yeah.
got two girls already. um we both kind of like, you also have to get let go a lot and give it to
Yeah.
God, and like whatever you want, like just put me where you think I should be, and like let him do the work, because you'll be surprised that he's working behind the scenes and you don't even know
Absolutely.
it, so that's
Yeah.
what I'll say.
Well, I love that. I think that that's so important. I mean, bringing God into your relationship is
Oh.
what has saved my relationship with Ty. I mean, we when we first
Mm-hmm.
got together, we were completely different people than we are now, and we have had lots of
Uh-huh.
hard times and winter seasons in our relationship, that are hard and painful. And
Mm-hmm.
we've we have done therapy, which I love that you say that, because people should feel, um, everyone goes through something. If you haven't, not to get put any bad energy on anyone, but if you haven't, you just haven't yet, and everyone goes through things,
Yeah, that's
and
true.
you choose to
Mm-hmm.
fight for, you guys clearly have chosen to always fight for your relationship, and that's beautiful, and you guys should, feel celebrated in that.
Oh,
Do you have
thanks.
any?
Well, you're so sweet. I mean, I looked at my both of my parents. I came from a family of divorce, so and both of my parents have been like divorced between their other marriages like
Oh
a
wow.
total of like 9 times. So it's kind of like you can just kind of choose to jump ship and go to the next person, but you're still going to carry those same issues into that relationship with that
Totally.
person and then the next person and the next person and the next person. So it's like, hey, maybe I should like we should both look in the mirror and say, okay, well, what is it? Why isn't this working? Because if it's not working in this relationship, it's not going to work in the
Exactly.
next one either. So you kind of have to do a lot of internal digging and an internal like emotional inventory, if you will, and like say, okay, this is what I need to do better, and this is what maybe you need to do
Yeah,
better, you know? So, it's taking a lot of just like a lot of self reflection and a lot of like choosing yourself and then like
totally.
choosing that
Choosing
person
to believe
too.
the best in them and
'Cause,
choosing um, to know
yeah.
that. And also, I mean, what you're talking about is just unconditional love. And that is something that I didn't
Mm-hmm.
understand at all when we got married, um,
Mm-hmm.
truly. And now I feel that unconditional love so differently. And just choosing to see the
Mm-hmm.
best in your partner, and that's your partner for life. And you guys clearly have taken that step too, that you're now engaged, you're having another baby. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, do you guys have any wedding
Mm-hmm.
plans, or are you going to wait till
Mm-hmm.
you have a baby and kind of let it?
No, we don't. Not that I just, well, I was kind of like, whoa, okay,
Yeah,
we're getting engaged.
so
Like,
awesome.
that's awesome. I don't know. I feel like we're already pretty much like a unit, you know, a family unit. And so, not to say that we don't have plans, I just don't I'm kind of more focused on this baby and trying to like prepare for that and like purge my home because I feel like my home right now is like needs to get like sorted and junk out. But I mean, eventually we will. I'm thinking probably next year or something like that. But we're just gonna like we've done this for a long time, so really I don't want to like cram a bunch of stuff into a very small
Yeah,
amount of time, you know? So we're just taking it one day at a time, like at our pace, and
yeah.
I'm totally fine
No,
with
I get
that.
that. That's so awesome. And clearly, you guys, like you say, your partners, your unit. This is not a new thing.
Yeah,
But good for you guys. I just wanted you to know,
exactly.
really happy for you guys
Oh,
that you continue to always fight for your
thank
relationship, and it's
you.
inspiring. So people can, you know, if they
Thank
take
you.
anything from this, it's that, hey, everybody's got a messy story too. Like, and it's important to fight for your relationship, and not
Yeah,
um,
yeah,
everybody has things that they go through, and so it's just really inspiring
right.
to know you guys. So anyway,
No, oh,
of
thank you. I
course.
appreciate
Anyway, another thing I wanted to ask you about is your having this third baby. Are you the kind of person that has like a birth plan? Are you just kind of like let it ride, see how it comes?
I'm probably more on the let it ride side. Like I have ideas and I have plans and like I've considered and I know I feel like you did this, right? Where you
Uh-huh.
did
Yeah, with
unmedicated, didn't you?
my not Oakley. Oakley was I had all the hope in the world that I would have a vaginal birth, everything would work out, and then I ended up having a C-section. And then I really, like you say, kind of got obsessed and passionate about birth, and so I went unmedicated with the boys. But you could totally do
Oh,
that, by
you
the way.
did.
If I
Okay,
could do it.
so you should you okay, you're telling me that I should. So I have tinkered with the idea. I've not decided on anything and I'm not like a very like type A person where it's like has to be like a
Me
certain
either.
way. Now typically like with Taylor, I had like a natural or not natural, but like a vaginal delivery. But she came, you know, on her own. Like she was 3 days late. With Molly, she was 3 days late, but I got an
Oh,
induction. But you know, with an induction, you have to like they basically bring you in the night before. They put this like stuff in you so your
like a
cervix can soften, blah
poly
blah.
bulb
Anyways,
catheter
they give
thing or something. Yeah, helps.
something like that. It's some, yeah, I don't know, but they bring you in. It's kind of
Yeah.
like they marinate you, if you will. They marinate you overnight, and then your cervix is ready. It softens overnight, and then
Like
they
we
give
did
you
this.
what's called pitocin. Yeah, like okay, we're ready. Bring her out. So then they give you like this drug called pitocin, which is really, really strong. And I don't remember if I got the epidural first or what, but once that pitocin, like my contractions were pretty like, okay, I can do
Yeah.
this. Like I could do this. But then once they gave you that pitocin, it was like it went from a pain of like a 2 to like a
Yeah.
50. And so I like part of my epidural didn't take, so I could still feel that pain every, few minutes. So I thought like this time, like, well, maybe I could. Like I always feel like you could, like there's so many ways to give birth, right? Like I feel like on your back is so unnatural. Like I feel like there's some like a bar you should be leaning
Mhm.
on or something. I don't know. I feel like with gravity, there's got to be methods that you can have a very natural, like a vaginal unmedicated birth. So how did you
Well,
do it?
I had with Captain, it was during COVID, so there was a lot of like weird stipulations at the time, but I did want to go
Mm,
for that unmedicated VBAC, and I wanted to have it in hospital because I just wasn't sure, but I did hire a doula. That would be my number one recommendation if I could give you any. If you wanted to go unmedicated, was having a
uh-huh.
doula. That was huge. She is like an angel on earth. I mean, those doulas, they do so much. And so that would be a
Oh
great,
yeah.
if you wanted to do that kind of thing. But anyway, with Bear,
Hmm.
with Captain, it was my first vaginal delivery. So it was kind of a doozy. I pushed for like 2 hours. Now you've had two babies, so your third
Oof.
will probably be a lot easier in that regard. We're gonna ripen that cervix and get it.
Yeah, like, just just
But
come right
then with
out.
Bear, kind of a cool thing with Bear, I couldn't do this with Captain because of COVID. But with Bear, I was able to do nitrous, which is it doesn't
Oh,
take the pain away, but it definitely helps you to just not have such angst and anxiety and like fear of it.
anxiety. Is that what they give you at? Is
It's
that what they give you at the dentist? Nitrous, like oxide
basically
or
laughing
something?
gas
Yeah,
like you can get at the dentist,
yeah.
and it
Mm-hmm.
you
So
kind
you're just.
weird because you hold it over your mouth. Like during a contraction, I would hold it over. I had it. So that was something too, is it made you feel like you had something to kind of control the pain. Even though it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't
Mm-hmm.
taking, like, I don't want to say it was taking the pain away because it doesn't take the pain away, but it does help you to deal with it. With Cap,
What does the pain, what does it feel like on a scale of 1 to 10? What would you rank the pain of
oh,
unmedicated? Like, what is it? I hate, like, what does it feel like?
um, the most pain you'll ever have, in any way. But
Oh
that's not,
no.
that's not even like the way you want to look at it, Like, yes, it's extremely painful, but you
Yeah.
can do it and you can, uh, if you can get nitrous, that helps you to deal with it. And then when that baby comes out, it is the most unbelievable, euphoric experience. I mean, it was truly,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's just incredible. The pain is brutal, but it nitrous can help you get through the mental load of getting past that. There's also, hypnobirthing
Mm-hmm.
or things like that. But I tried to do some work like that, and I just could not get myself in that kind of a zen. Um, I would I think a water birth would
Yeah.
probably take a lot of the pain off, but if you're doing a hospital birth, they probably won't do that. Um,
Yeah, that was one thing I remember feeling. I felt like with at least Molly, like when I would have contractions, I was like, I just really want to get
yeah,
in water right now, like
yeah,
hot water. And I think it's just because it's like it feels very crampy, so you just want something like
totally.
warm on the bottom half of your body. But I'm like, I see why people actually do have babies in
Yeah.
water because that's like an urge that I had that I couldn't explain.
It is.
I don't know. The whole thing is so interesting, but I've been a little bit more braver, I would say, with maybe this one because I've done it twice and I feel like maybe the exit ramp has has widened to that to the point that I could
The
actually
muscle
do
memory
it.
there
I
will
don't know.
kick in. No, I mean they do say that like every one of your births is cut in half the timing. It is interesting that you had to be induced with Molly. Um, I wonder.
I know. Well, I think it's just because, oh, I know why. Because it was coming up to a
Oh,
race.
okay. So it wasn't like you're past your due date.
and, and no, I mean, I was 3 days late, and I did say, hey, if I don't go past, like, I think I was doing like a Sunday or
Yeah,
Saturday. And I was like, if I don't have this, can I get induced? And they're like, yeah, of course. We'll just put
yeah.
it on the calendar. So that's kind of what we did. And so, and that's another thought I might have because, so I'm like technically due around like June
What are
2nd
you?
or so,
I got
June
my
1st,
my
June
big
2nd.
calendar that I.
That's, I know, you have to look at the calendar. I have the two big calendars. I haven't decided which size
You
because
know,
you
the one
told
that
me
I sent you
your
is
calendar.
not the one. The one that I have is like flowery. I don't know why. Yeah, it's cute. I'll
Oh,
send you a
really?
photo.
I'll have to show you the sizes that I have because I'm going to put them up because I haven't decided which size I want. Like
Yeah,
one's like extra large. But
I was gonna say
anyways,
it's
it's
around
around
Nashville. I can
Nashville.
see
Is
on my
Yeah, it's around Nashville. But the week before
Charlotte.
is
Yeah,
the 500 Charlotte. So I thought, oh, well, that kind of works out. So maybe I'll just try to like walk a lot
there you
in the
go.
month of May and just hope because there's also I think it's like North Wilkesboro is
That
before
is a
that.
really
So I mean we have a good 2 week window where it's like okay, and that's also right around the time the kids get out of school. So it's gonna be like good baby pushing time because I won't have to take
yes.
kids to school. I can be at home all summer with a newborn and my two
They're
little
gonna be so
helpers.
excited.
She
12,
just turned
7,
12.
and
Yep.
you're about to have a baby. And what is it like with that
Hmm.
age gap? Like, what are your thoughts? And is Taylor excited? Is she like, and what is it like raising a teenager? You got a teenager, a baby. This is just
Uh,
a wild,
I know it's kind of it's a wide range right now, but my hope is they're going to become super involved and super helpful. I think Molly will be like the best help because she's in her baby doll
yes.
phase. As you know, I'm sure Oakley is too. But they're going to be like, "Oh my gosh, it's like a living breathing baby." Like, yes. So I think she will be a ton of help. I'm hopeful. I actually do think Taylor will be a lot of help, but right now she's in her like preteen slash teen years, and so I think there's a lot of like you know, what's going on with my life and what, very like not on other people right now. Like, I don't want to call it selfishness by no means, but it's just
Absorbed
definitely a
in her
very
own
like,
world right now as a teen, a little boy.
yes, she's in Taylor's world right now. And we are lucky to be entering it at any moment.
Yeah,
If that's
I
the
feel that.
case.
My parents had my
So
sister when I was 14, so you know. My
wait,
parents,
say that
I feel
again.
that my parents had my little sister when I was 14, and
Oh,
my one
okay.
thing I will say about having a sister that was a little sister so much younger than me was that a lot of my Friday, Saturday nights were consumed with babysitting, and I don't think it's a bad thing. Looking back on it now,
Mm-hmm.
I'm grateful that my parents kind of made me be responsible in that way because I think it, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
shaped me into who I am. I was kind of the youngest kid, and then I had to be the oldest or the take care. I'm not saying that I was like this little
Yeah.
mommy or anything. But I think that responsibility was a good thing. My parents definitely put that on me a lot when
I know, and you're such a good mom and like such a good. It's probably why you're such a good cook because I feel like you probably had to like cook for
oh
your
my God.
siblings or whatever. But like, I know. So wait, at the time though, were you happy about it, or were you like,
You know, when my
okay?
mom first told me that she was pregnant, I was so mad. I mean, I was pissed for like 2 months. I mean, my mom was like 10 weeks pregnant, and I can remember going through like the drive-through and just being like, I cannot believe you're having a baby. And she was 43, and she did, uh, what is it,
Mm-hmm.
where like an amniocentesis where they had to take a bit of her placenta or something, and she learned right away. I mean, it
Mm-hmm.
was very early. She learned all this stuff because she was, um, you know, a geriatric pregnancy. I love how they call it that. It makes me feel so old, but she was, yeah, she
I, I
was,
I know they call me that, and
yeah,
I'm 37, and I'm. They say after 35 you're
yeah,
considered geriatric, so you have to like go and get these extra
yeah.
appointments, and like I'm like, really? Like you
I
can't say
know,
that in a
I know.
nicer
So she had all these
way.
tests done, knew right away that it was like a girl, which for some reason too, I didn't like the idea of her having, I wanted to be the little girl. And even at
Hmm.
14, I mean, I was very immature about it. I was like, I just couldn't believe she was going to have a baby. And then I got something switched in my brain and I was very into it. And then I wanted to watch her have the baby. So I got to watch my sister be born. And I don't know, would Taylor ever want to do that?
So she had asked us, like, so when you have this baby, are we gonna be there? And I was like, I mean, like, yeah, after. She's like, no, I kind of want to like be there. I'm like, I don't know if I could hand Taylor, like, I bless her heart, I love her to pieces, but she has some serious like anxiety. I don't know if her anxiety would like make me worse, like, make me not calm down. She'd be like, okay, is
Yeah.
everything okay? It's like, and I'd be like,
You
okay,
know,
you need to get out. You need to get
my
out. You need
mom
to get out
said
now.
that sort of the same thing. She was like, you can be there, but you need to just kind of be like tuck yourself away and just kind of like be a fly on the wall, basically. And because she, I think, felt the same thing. Like, I don't want to have to worry about this baby while I'm having this baby. So, and I remember
Right,
when I was in the
right.
room, she had a couple of her friends. She became like a zoo animal because I think there were 13 people in the room when they made the rule of only 3 people in a room because of people like my mom. Like, she had so many people in the room when she had Dakota because I think it was such a spectacle because like all of her friends were blown away that she was having a baby after her kids were almost grown out of the house, that she was having a baby. And
Oh
she
my
was,
gosh. So wait, are you the
I
baby, or you're not the baby because
yeah,
Dakota's the baby, but okay, so your brothers and sisters are
I
older,
have
like, or
two older
what are their
brothers.
ages?
They're
So like when you were
they
14,
were
how old were
17 and
they?
19. I'm trying to like do the 32. So
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
17.
Oh my gosh. So what did they think
Yep,
when
and
she
then
was
she got
pregnant?
pregnant, and she had actually tried for 3 years to get pregnant. It was kind of unbeknownst to, we had no idea she was doing. They were trying to get pregnant, but from the time I was about 10, they were like, "Let's have another," and so I guess it took a while. And anyway, she
Yeah.
had I got to watch the baby be born, and because we're talking about like Taylor and how does she feel, and I do think that that was really
Yeah.
cool. If she could, if you could kind of just prep her to, hey, you can just be a fly on the wall, but if you start getting, you got to get, you know,
Now, I wouldn't mind I honestly wouldn't mind her being there, like you said, but she would need to be like, you need to be in that corner and you need to
yeah,
stay in that corner. I don't know if they let. I mean, she's 12, so she's still technically a kid. She's not like, I don't know at what age they let kids come into
yeah,
the room, you know?
I don't know.
Um, And I don't know. It's something to consider. I've thought about it because she kind of brought it up the other day, and I hadn't thought about it. But when she did, I was like, maybe. But then, Molly would be like, well, why
Yeah,
can't I go? And how come she gets to? There's a lot of still that kind of jealousy between the two of
yeah,
them. So you have to like make it fair for one or the other.
yeah.
You're not going to please them all, but I mean, I consider it. I would consider it, but
Yeah,
we'll
well,
see.
she is very mature. Taylor is very, she seems,
She is. She's just, she just has her moments of
yeah,
immature. And that's just because she's obviously growing up. So it's funny because like I posted this picture of the girls and Denny like at North, is it North Wilkesboro, or where were we just at?
Bowman Gray.
Where was the
Bowman
last
Gray?
race at? Bowman Gray. Oh my gosh. At Bowman Gray. Yes. I took a picture of them and I posted it, and I had so many people be like, "Oh my gosh, Taylor is so grown up. She literally like shut up." And she really is. She's
Yeah,
literally like my size. She thinks she's my size and she tries to go like toe to toe with me, like, but no, she's like a sweetheart. But it's funny because I had, what is it, like, or Oakley and Molly in the car.
yeah,
They were on a play date, and we picked up Taylor, and she's immediately just like, why does she have this? And I looked back at Oakley, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, Oakley. I'm like, we're going through that phase right now. She goes, the teen
I know.
years. And I was like, that's exactly it, Oakley. That's
Yeah,
exactly what we're
so
going through
funny that
right
she
now.
said that.
She's like, I get. She's like, it's okay. She
Oh
was
my
so funny
gosh. So
about
you
it.
guys,
I
so people
know.
will want to know, what is it like what's a race weekend look like for you? How do you get there? Where do you go when you're there, aka your motorhome? And do you always stay in your motorhome? And
Hmm.
what are your favorite tracks? What does the weekend look like for you?
Okay, so let's take
Yeah,
Daytona for example, because they're
yeah,
all
sure.
different, as you know. So you kind of have to like pick and choose now that we're parents, so we have other priorities and obligations at home. So Daytona, for example, Denny's actually going to leave today. It's Monday. He's got some like golf guys event and then a couple other like media obligations, and I think his week kind of starts on Wednesday in Daytona. We would probably leave. Well, anyways, fast forward. We're gonna leave on Friday, which is Valentine's Day. So sometimes we would go early for the duel, sometimes we wouldn't. But we would go and stay on our motorhome. Our motorhome goes to all of the races for the most part, maybe other than a couple of the West Coast ones, which we would stay in a hotel for. But we stay on that bus and we live on that bus, and that is like, I love that bus because we have everything we need in such a small space. We get home, everything's so spread out, and like when we get to that bus, we have all we need in
Yeah.
just this little space, and it's fun. I love it. The girls have like bunk beds
Hmm.
in the back of our bus, but I kind of want, I would love to like see if we can get a different one because we need our bathroom back there now and with the baby and everything like that. So that'll be different. I'm hoping we can find something, or we'll just have to adjust because I don't know how many more years he's going to be in this sport. But we go to the bus, and yeah, he'll have like practice or qualifying, and usually we make lunch, or if we're in Daytona, maybe we'll go to like the beach or something, or there's lots of different things that each track offers in a weird, unique way. So I just kind of like to see what's like around the track for the kids to like get out and do things. And then um we get through the weekend, and then we have the race, and we have like breakfast as a family for the most part. And then I'll start getting ready, and the girls will start getting ready, and then we have driver intros and the race. And then after that race is done, we are out that
Race
door and on a
to the
plane,
plane.
and we are home.
Yeah.
It's the race to the airport, right? That's the when the real race begins, is the race to the airport once that race is done. So I have to, during the race, I come back to the bus and I used to go watch it on the pit box. I would like to
Yeah,
start doing that again. But it's hard, when you got kids and one wants to go to MRO and one wants to watch this and one wants to do that. But I pretty much will come back during the race and I will pack all of our stuff up and make sure it's ready to go on into the rental car. And it's like a team effort between myself and Austin and like Jared and John, all these people that help us like every weekend with the motorhome or like just
hmm,
managing things. Um, but it's a
yeah.
team effort. So, but that's kind of what it is. And now, actually, this for Daytona afterwards, we're going to go to Disney
Oh my
for
gosh,
a
fun.
week. So we're going to have, I know. So, and my sister and her husband and their kids are going to come too. They've never been to Daytona. So they're going to be there for Daytona and to Disney. So it'll
That's
be a
gonna
lot
be
of
so
fun.
fun. So you guys, Denny has
It
his
will be
own
fun.
plane, which is like big baller status, super
Yes.
fun. I've been on that plane.
We're very spoiled. We're very spoiled and we know it. Like I totally know it. I'm like my dad's always like, you know how blessed you are. I'm
I
like,
know,
I know,
right? I
Daddy.
mean,
Thank
good for you
you.
guys though. Like, it's awesome, and what a blessing.
It's
Yeah,
so helpful. And when my girls are like, when we have to fly on the team plane, which like, by the way, is still amazing because they're like, hey,
totally.
what do you need? They see that you got two kids and they're like, we're not riding on our plane. I'm like, you guys sound so spoiled. This is like first world problems times 10.
Right.
Like you have no clue what a but we have flown commercial, like, obviously, and they actually like the experience of flying commercial. They think it's fun
That's
to
the
go
thing
through the
that my
airport
kids,
and like
yeah, my
get
kids are always like
snacks.
when we're driving to the airport to fly out, they're always, and we fly Victory Air with the team mostly, and sometimes we'll fly with Richard, but
Hmm.
we will be going to the airport and they're always like, are we going to the place where we can buy the snacks? They think we're going to like a commercial airport, and I'm like, no, not this time. We're just gonna hop on the plane, and they've got like a basket of snacks that we have to be
Yeah.
prepared. But whenever we do fly commercial, which is all the time, I mean, we fly commercial to Washington all the time to visit my family.
Hmm.
That's their favorite part, is to go
Yeah.
through like a Hudson News and get.
Yeah, a Hudson News, exactly. Get yourself some reading material. Get yourself a Coke. My girls go for the
Oh
Funyuns
yeah,
all the
oh
time.
yeah. Um,
Yeah, all the
every
junk
time, and then
food. But I'm like, whatever you want. At that point, it's like whatever you want. I'm not here to like try
I
and
know.
pick and choose my
I
battles.
commend the
I just
people
gotta.
that do, pack their own snacks and stuff. I mean, we're Captain had so many gummy bears smushed on his butt the last time we flew home. When he got up after the long flight, he had gummy bears smushed on his butt. I'm like, what happened here? And I mean, we miss.
That's what, like, that's parenting in a like. It's like, what is parenting like? Well, it's like when gummy bears are
Yep,
squished
you
on
just
your
don't
butt.
even
That's
know.
like, it's like normal. That's regular. That's
Exactly.
life.
Oh my gosh, it is such a whirlwind parenting. You never know what, you know, it never looks the same like month to month. I mean, they throw you something new. Something like when people talk
No.
about having multiples and they're like, well, what was it like? I'm like, it doesn't get easier, but you get better. I mean, you just get better. You adapt with them
Yeah.
and grow and figure it
Yeah.
out. And I mean, it doesn't necessarily get easier, but
Yeah.
also I feel like you just become more at peace, right?
No.
Like you just care less about
Hmm.
the.
Yeah, I think I heard a girl, or not a girl, but a mom, who has like four or five kids at this point, and she like adopted this mentality of like, so what, and I thought, oh, that's cool. Like, I guess with Mel Robbins, she has that let them theory, like, let them
Yeah,
be like this, let them. And her theory was, okay, well, your kids, made a huge mess, spilt milk
Yeah.
on the floor. So what? Like, you lost your nail or what? So what? Like, it's okay. Like, you're gonna have those like little inconveniences or like, but if you just let it like ruin your day, like it's just, you just adapt. You just
Have you
adapt.
read
And so I'm like, I like that. Like, no, I haven't, but I know who Mel
Yeah.
Robbins is. And I know like her let
Yeah,
them theory, but it sounds like
it
there's
is
something I
good.
should read.
I'm it's very interesting. I mean, I'm part of part of that book kind of got me inspired to just go ahead and do this, because I'm something that's like I've told
Yeah.
you, it was just sort of burning a hole in my brain for like a year. I'm like, I need to just, and then I started reading that book, and it's like, you know what? Not everybody's going to love it. People probably, will have something to say about it, good, bad, ugly, whatever, but let them.
Yeah.
And what I want to do is
Hmm.
just make
Yeah.
people, I want to be able to show people that like there's so much more to Jordan Fish. You're funny and you're a good mom, you're a good friend, and
Oh.
I just if I can make you feel loved and to let people get a little glimpse of who you are,
Oh.
or any of these wives, because it takes, like you're saying, it takes a village, but also like you there's so much that we do as racing wives and girlfriends that people don't understand. There's a lot that
Hmm.
goes into it, but also like you're your whole own person. You've had, you're very entrepreneurial. You're
Hmm.
all of these things that you've done.
Hmm.
Custom clutch. You've got now a baby on the way. I mean,
Hmm.
you've had so many cool. You have
Hmm.
such a cool story to your own life. So that's kind of what.
Oh, you're
Do
so
you
sweet.
have any,
You're
on
so
that note, like,
sweet.
do you have any 2025 goals that are like something? I know you're in a interesting season of life.
To actually, no, I do. My goal is to do less, actually. My goal is to not put as much on my plate and like enjoy the present moments because like these kids and like all of this is a very small blip
Yeah.
in time and like I would give anything to go back and like see Taylor as a
Oh,
baby, and I'm like, I'm not even like soaking this up. I need to like soak this up and be present with my children and like slow down. So that's why I'm like
no, I
crying.
love that.
I'm crying. So, I'm
Yeah.
pregnant. That's why I'm crying. But no, I think it's just like, years ago, I was kind of like in that mentality of, oh, I need to do this or I need to do that and blah, blah, blah. And like now I'm like, I don't need to do anything actually. The only thing I need to do is be
Yeah.
present with my children and you know, be for them because that is like they're my sister said the other day, she was like, am I going to be remembered for like, I want to be no, like as a great wife, mom, mother, and she's like, I don't want to have great
Yeah.
worker on my tombstone. Like you can, or someone else said, it said, you can be replaced at work, but you can't be replaced as mom or dad. Like no one can take your job as that. So, like, this is my job, and this is like, I love them and I want the best for them. And so, if that means like, hey, like I'm the support role, then that's totally fine. Like I'm totally good with that. So I'm trying to like say no to a lot more of like things and like yes to the things that actually do bring joy and like true joy, and not just whatever, just I want to be present and like especially when this baby comes, I want to be able to like
Mm.
soak up all those baby cuddles and smells and like just be at home for the whole summer. Like I'll be such a
Yeah.
recluse, but it'll be good. My other goal is to clean this house and to purge. That I'm in a big like nesting phase,
Yeah.
so that too. But other than that is being present and
Yeah.
and cleaning out my
I
house.
love that. When I had Bear, when I had Bear, I felt like I just wanted, it's funny you say you barely remember Taylor, like, or you wish you would give anything. Like I told Ty, I would give anything
Hmm.
to be be able to spend
Mhm.
that first month, even how exhausting it is, like if I could spend that first month with each one of my kids again, I just would give anything, you know? You think you don't know what
Mhm.
you don't know, but if I could just like love and kiss all over Oakley as a
Right.
little baby again, you know, I wish I would have cherished
I
that more.
know.
So yeah,
When they,
with Bear, I want to
I know.
soak this in and like one thing even now, and I know you
Mhm.
know you want to be in the moment with them, but one thing is I wish I
Mhm.
would have maybe just for me like propped my phone up when I had Bear and just let it run for like 10 minutes. Just let a video of me just being with him and like kissing on him
Oh.
and nursing him and
Mhm.
all the things because
Mhm.
I just wish I
Mhm.
could like, you know, watch it back.
I know. You wish you could like totally turn back time and like go experience those moments again because it's just like I can't believe I'll never get like Taylor will never be little anymore, you know? And I had like that special
Yeah,
time with just me and her. And it was really special, but it's like it goes so fast. Like they say the days are long, but the years are
yeah.
the short are short, and
It's
that's
so
like
true.
so true. That's so true
Have you ever
when you have kids
have you
because
ever
it goes
seen the
so
movie
fast.
About Time? Okay, well, it's like
No,
everything that we're talking about in a way. You should,
really. I'll write it down. What is
uh-huh,
it called?
About
About
Time.
time.
I would watch it. Rachel
Who's in it?
McAdams is the lead girl. Yeah.
Oh, I love
I
her.
I would
I
watch
just love
it
her.
with Denny. You guys should like sit down and have a little date night and watch it
Really?
because it is so special and it basically is everything we're talking about. It gives you a perspective on your life and I mean I would recommend it to anyone. I literally tell people about it all the time because I think it's one of those movies that sticks
Really?
with you and I think about it all the time. But basically
Hmm.
he can time travel. I'm not giving anything away, but he can time travel and he realizes by the end of it that what if you right now, like what if Haley right now, I'm actually 85 and I am traveling back in time to be
Hmm.
32 today, right now, in this moment, and like everything that I would feel about this moment and just taking it in differently and living your days as if you traveled back to them on purpose is kind of the concept of
Hmm.
it. So it's like, especially with your
Hmm.
kids and with your relationship, like
I
even with Ty,
know.
I'm like, you're young and healthy and like I get to be with you and embrace this now and then,
Right.
you know, with your kids and just watching them grow up, it's like they're you know, Taylor's never gonna be 12. She's not a baby, but she's gonna be 12 again.
No.
So it's just a really cool
Yeah.
movie. You guys should watch it. I think
Oh, we totally should watch it. I'm totally gonna watch that. I know she was reminding me the other day. She goes, "Mom, when I'm 18, that baby will be 6." And I'm like, oh. Anyways, the baby will be in
yes.
kindergarten when she's
Oh my
out of house, basically, is what
yeah.
she was trying to tell me. So I'm like, thanks. Okay.
It's gonna be so much fun. Whew, I can't. I'm so excited for you guys, and I know
I'm
this is just
excited.
like I feel like we barely scratched the surface. Like I feel like you and I could talk for hours. We'll totally
Oh, I know. We
we'll totally have
could.
to do
We
this
totally
again.
could.
There's gonna be crazy things that'll happen through
Hmm.
the season. You know, I want to have you on when you're in that fresh mommy stage. You know, I want to see what it's like, and we'll
Hmm.
do this again. But I just kind of wanted to do a little intro with you so that people can get to know a little bit about you, and we will definitely. I want to have you on again if you'll come on. And
Oh yeah. I'm so cool. I'm so flattered you even thought of me. Like, I'm so excited for you. Like, this is such a cool like concept, and I think a lot of people will really enjoy like from a woman's perspective in racing and like just kind of seeing like what all these other women kind of go through because it is very like unique and interesting, and I don't think it gets enough like
yeah,
or eyes on it, and I think it'll
yeah.
be really fun.
Oh
So
no,
good for
you know what?
you. Good for
People
you.
might not uh, be as intrigued as we are, but let them, right? Let them.
Yeah, let
Oh, no,
them.
I'm
So what?
I'm really glad that I was able to talk to you though. You're always so fun to talk to, and obviously every time I see you, we can
Oh.
chat for hours. So this we'll try and cut this at an hour because we
Hmm.
could go all day. But I really would love to have you again,
I know.
and so excited for you guys
Okay.
and that you're having this baby. I wish you all the best in this journey with your birth. I will, pray for you to
Thank you.
feel at peace. And if you decide to go unmedicated, you either way, no matter what, are a champion. And um, just excited for you guys.
Oh.
And I'll probably catch you at school pickup. So I'll,
Yeah, I know. I'll see you this afternoon.
all right. Well, bye, girl. Thank you so much.
Okay. All right. You're
Bye.
welcome. Bye.